Hello, this is Cara. Welcome to the Quickie English lesson. Today's video talked about the ability of parents to choose if they have a boy or a girl. Many Asian couples are choosing to have boys. Let's take a look at some of the key words in the video, and you can follow along in the transcription below. The first one is anticipated. Anticipated is something that you know will happen. It might be something that you are looking forward to. You want it to happen. In this example, the birth of a child. You want it to happen, and you may do things that prepare for it. For example, you may paint the baby's room or bring a crib to the room. You may also anticipate something negative and do things to try to avoid that negative thing. For example, I may anticipate that my car will break down and not work. If I anticipate my car will not work, I may start saving money so that I have money to buy a new car. The next key word is fertility specialist. A fertility specialist is a doctor who helps people when they want to have babies. Fertility comes from the root word of fertile, which means something that is able to create children or offspring. We can say that something or someone is fertile. Maybe the land is fertile, meaning that it will have many good crops. The next key word is Census 2000 data. In the United States, every 10 years, the government does a study of its people. This study is called the census. In this census study, the government asks many questions. Included in the questions that they ask information about details on race, gender, and the number of children people have. The census data is used to conduct other studies. This is talked about in the video, and it is used for trending. Trending is changes over time. For example, we see from changes in census data that Asian Americans are having more boys. The researchers found that when they compared the data or information in the census with research and information from the fertility specialists, Asian Americans made the choice to have a boy instead of a girl. The next key word in the video tells us how the Asian Americans are able to do this. There is technology called PGD. The technology is a specific tool, and PGD is pre-implantation genetic diagnosis. So technology is a tool. Pre-implantation means before the baby is put into the mother to grow. Genetic means that they look at the type of cells to determine if it is a boy or a girl. And that is what diagnosis means. In this case, they are diagnosing what type of child will this be, a boy or a girl. The next word key word we have is in vitro procedure. An in vitro fertilization procedure is done when a father's sperm, or the male part of the baby, is added to the egg, the female part of the baby, outside of the mother. It is done by a doctor. And that is done, and then the egg is added back into the mother for the baby to grow inside of the mother. The next word is embryo. The embryo is when the cell with the baby is added into the mother and begins to develop after the father, the sperm, and the egg are together. It has been fertilized, meaning that it is a baby and it is growing. From that time, from the part that it is a cell until about 8 weeks, it is called an embryo. The next key word was implanted. Implanted is what the doctor does to take the cell and add the embryo into the mother. The next key word was hereditary diseases. A hereditary disease is something that can go wrong with the human body. For example, cancer. Something that is hereditary is something that is passed down in families. So a mother or a father has a disease and it gets passed down from one family member to the next family member. For example, if my mother had cancer, it is likely that I might have cancer. If my mother did not have cancer, there is less of a chance that I will have cancer. Cancer is a hereditary disease. The next key word was ethical question. An ethical question is something where we need to determine if it is right or wrong to do something. That was the last key word in our video today. I hope you got a lot of good information from this. Thank you so much.